Robin's going to do the news, and we got some great guests coming in. Hey, what are you guys laughing at so much? I think I paying them too much. Jerks. All right, let's play a new video of Baba Boobie's Bonanza. Robin, you show the tape. What do you think of it?
Well, Howard,
Hey, Robin, what's the matter with you? You have a goal?
as a matter of fact, I do.
Really? Probably a chest goal. Hey, Robin, you take a temperature?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just stick the thermometer.
Yo, what's good, people? We back. Had to come through on this one, man, because I'm seeing the talk about it, but everybody missing the point. You know, 'cause I followed Dave Chapelle, you know, in his career for years. I see what he been talking about. This situation right here didn't surprise me at all. You know why? Because Howard Stern has been one of the biggest white supremacists of all times. And when I say white supremacist, like, he has been the buck breaker. You know what I'm saying? You know that tree stump? He's the one that's actually doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's Howard Stern's role. He's a buck breaker. He knew Dave Chapelle was, you know, a different one. Like, you know, he was destined. He knew that at the moment before he even, like, Dave Chapelle walked into the studio. But he also knew that Dave Chapelle was black, and he was trying to get into the entertainment industry, which is controlled by Howard Stern and his people. You get what I'm saying? So when we see this, what we see is a function of Howard Stern's racism. If you ever heard like anything about Howard Stern, I remember I used to watch this man get show on E. I think Kim on E, right? I used to watch it because it was a radio show. Sometimes you'd be talking about something that not really watch it, but it would be on the TV. And, you know, 95% of the time you'd be talking about some nut ass shit that's not us. Then he just might happen to have a black celebrity on every once in a blue moon. But when you go back into the files, right? Go back into the files. Go back into the early 90s. Go back into the 90s. Go back to when he had Eazy-E on this show. Go back to when he had when he had Eazy-E on the show, right? He was loving it. He's like, oh man, we got Eazy-E from Niggas with Attitude. Like, he said niggas with attitude about 12 times. And said 12 times per minute. Niggas with attitude. He kept not niggas with attitude, it was niggas with attitude. That's what he kept saying. And his whole point, because it was at the point where he was beefing with Dre. And so he kept being like, oh, you're beefing with somebody else from Niggas with Attitude, right? Oh, Dr. Dre, he's a Niggas with Attitude. Why would two people from Niggas with Attitude have beef? What's wrong with Niggas with Attitude? I wanna buy a Niggas with Attitude album. But don't you see my Niggas with Attitude shirt? He was like that. He was like that with it. You know what I'm saying? So his whole career on the show, we're gonna make him pay, because right now he's like trying to tuck his tail and he's trying to like, okay, I'm gonna fall back now. I'm gonna stop being racist because now they're holding us accountable. And, you know, you can't do what we used to do. So now he's like quiet, right? But no, you got to pay for what you did. You know, when I see this shit with Dave Chapelle, I see, you know, Dave Chapelle, who talks about, you know, you said he's been doing stand-up since he was like 14 years old. So he's been trying to get on since he was like 14, basically. When I see this right here, this is nothing but another step of trying to get on. Who knows? I bet he got paid like, oh man, got paid $100,000. He ain't got no job, no nothing, just to come on the show and wear lipstick and a wig and act like a woman. And he's an actor, so he did it, right? But if you pay attention to that interview that he did with Oprah when the Chapelle show ended, he was talking about those white people's laughter. those white people's laughter at a certain skit that they were trying to film. He said, like, towards the end of the show, I started noticing these white people's laughter was kind of weird. And I don't think we laughing at the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a different scope on the world, but them, I think they laughing at something else. It's making me uncomfortable. That's what he was saying on Oprah. You know? And he said that they tried to make him wear a dress again on Chapelle's show. So it's like, I did this years ago. Because this is one time he's in being, you know what I'm saying, addressed as a woman. Trying to act, he got to act like a woman on camera. And another time, he did something else, wear a dress or whatever. And so when the Chapelle show goes, Chapelle is making, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was two things out at that time. It was a Chapelle show and making the band. Making the band at their height. It was making that type of money. It was the reason why why Comedy Central stayed a channel, because Comedy Central was one of those just how are they staying alive type of channels until Chapelle show got there. So it's showing something also, because if they tried to make him do a skit in a dress, matter of fact, did I have it wrong? It was I don't think I have it wrong, but he did say that they tried to make him wear a dress in Blue Streak. And Blue Streak came out in 2001 or something like that, right? And a couple of years before Chapelle's show came out, he had already been in the woman attire twice. So they stepped to him again with the woman attire. You know, so it's basically showing you that once you wear that dress, there's no coming back from that shit in their eyes, unless you do it the Dave Chappelle way, where you have to stomp down and make it clear. Because what he did, he said, you know what, I'm going to take all of this. When he turned down that $50 million, said, no, I'm not doing it. And then in 4 hours, they said, oh, he's a crackhead going to Africa, right? Got to go through that smear campaign. Got to go through that, all of that. Be gone for 10 years, then come back, and look how he came back, right? That's what happens once you put that dress on. Once you put that dress on, once you, you know what I'm saying, it can go a couple of ways. Matter of fact, it really can't. Once you put that dress on, they have you locked. You are locked into a spot. When Kevin Hart put that dress on, that locked him into a spot to where he could never go against them. You saw that clip of that lady that was on the show, and she started talking about she was offered millions to do stuff, and Kevin Hart gave the almighty symbol, you know, shh, to the shh, right? Be quiet, don't talk. That's the difference. That's the difference between Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams. It's like you have those options. So once you put that dress on, you are locked. You can never. They're never gonna let you be the dude that on camera that's smacking dudes up, saving women and kids. They're not gonna let you do that. Howard Stern, this maggot, his whole shtick was about putting out dirty details on black men, whether true or not. Because I don't know if he got a beef with Dr. Dre. I don't know if he got a beef with Dr. Dre, but I remember that Suge Knight interview that he did on Suge Knight did on Howard Stern also. And remember, he always gets people, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of a beef. You know, that's one thing that I'm seeing. You know, I think it's getting better within the community. When y'all got beef, don't go to a white man. You know what I'm saying? But people weren't thinking like that back then. But it's clear now that their whole agenda is not to give you light, but to shed another person and another black person in the bad light. You get what I'm saying? So the real point about this whole shit with Dave Chappelle is like, knowing the whole story, seeing the whole story play out, seeing how it all plays out. There's a couple of ways things can go. That's why I like when it comes to wearing the dress. They're like when Martin was Shanae, right? Martin was Shanae. Shanae was a character that was, that was funny. That was a part of the show. And he was his mother. That was a part of the show. That was a comedian thing to play multiple roles. You didn't see that in them. You didn't see him doing you didn't see that in him in other movies or in the Def Comedy Jam or anything like that. That's once you get on TV. So once he did Shanae and his mother, which didn't bring him down at all in our eyes. It didn't bring him down at all in our eyes because he's playing multiple characters, right? Once Martin goes through that, he's in Big Mama's house. Then we just love Martin. So anything Martin do on camera, we supporting. But when you look back at it, it's like, damn, they did 3 Big Mama's houses. Why do they love Martin in the dress? When I look at Bad Boys, ever since Bad Boys 2, Hollywood clearly has it out for Martin. Ever since something he did, I think they said it was something he did on Saturday Night Live. If you go back and watch his interview that he did on Arsenio Hall, you can tell Martin was one of them. You know what I'm saying? That you know that role Cat Williams is in right now. That, you know what I'm saying? That was Martin before. You know what I'm saying? And so with Martin, it's different because he, you know what I'm saying, he was so deep into the system of them already because look at what he did for them already. You know what I'm saying? So ever since Bad Boys 2, like, this is what I hate about Martin and Will Smith, with what they're doing with the outlook. I mean, Will Smith right now, I hate what they're doing. But with Martin, ever since Bad Boys 2, I remember that scene. In Bad Boys 2 where he starts talking to Will Smith in a room where they're on camera, you know what I'm saying, being recorded, and it went into the little TV store and everything like that. Martin didn't know that the shit was on camera for the whole store to see. And he starts talking about how he got shot and his Johnson don't work anymore. Do you remember when he did the stand up on Run Tell That, when Run Tell That came out, and he starts talking about dead Johnsons? Like, it was one of those things, like, what are we really getting at here? And that's what we're really getting at here. That's what we're really getting at. We're really getting at how Hollywood treats people, with how they try to control people. That's what we're really getting at. We know the truth. How they want to control black men. Or if we can't control him, if he's too smart, if he's an uppity nigga, then, you know what I'm saying, we'll control this Johnson. This goes back to fucking the 1500s and ever since before slavery, since slavery and all that, the white man's fascination with the black man's Johnson envy. That's what this boils down to. So when they have Johnson envy and they have the power to make you play a woman, that's all based off of their Johnson envy. Break it down to what it really is. What they're doing to Will Smith now, some dude, right? He gonna do a sit down with the gossip girl on YouTube and start talking about Will Smith and Jada, what she used to with Johnson. Like, it was the disgusting talking. It's like, how are you as a man able to do that? But he's capitalizing off of their Johnson envy. She's capitalizing off of their Johnson envy. That's what this all boils down to. When you're too smart, know too much, too powerful, only thing that they have, what they have on their end is the ability to sign off on a check. That's what this boils down to, man. But I'm going to go and get out of here on this one, man. This one was sick.